All right, everyone. So today I wanted to introduce to you guys the craziest idea that I've had in Raid Shadow Legends, and we have a lot of stuff going on right now. Of course, we have the double rates event for Ancient Shards, and I already ended up doing some summons yesterday, but something that I mentioned in this video, which I posted on the channel, does have a bunch of summons. I'm not going to spoil it too much to those of you guys who haven't seen it yet. I committed to doing at least 200 Ancient Shards before the summoning event ends, and as you guys can see, we still have the portal. We have a little less than 2 days left on the summoning event, and we are not quite at 200 Ancient Shards worth of pulls. So I owe you guys at the very least another summoning video before this event ends. Well, I've been deciding on what can I do to make it more interesting. Of course, yesterday in the video, I ended up doing, I'm going to do pulls until either I get a legendary or 25 epics. Now, what can I do besides just saying I'm going to do some pulls? Because that's not really too exciting. And I've been thinking, you know what? We're actually getting really close to 30,000 subscribers as well. So I was wondering if there's any way we can tie in something fun and exciting YouTube related to how many summons I'm going to do. And I thought, you know what, we actually can. So what I actually did is I came up with a list of things that you guys can do to actually determine how many summons I'm going to end up doing in 24 hours. So it's like a little bit of a YouTube challenge. Now, this is where I'm a little bit worried is it's really kind of hard as a content creator to come up with the numbers and the benchmarks for this. So I really hope I'm not off by too much and I don't have to end up doing something like 10,000 summons. But what I decided is we have a bit of a list here, and in the next 24 hours, depending on what we end up accomplishing in this video, that will determine how many summons I'm going to end up doing before this double rates event ends. So this is without a doubt the craziest idea that I've had for summons as well. It's definitely scary because I don't really know exactly how this is going to pan out. YouTube works in mysterious ways. I have no idea what's going to come of this, but I'm committing to it now, so that's what we're going to do. Alright, so there's a bunch of little different YouTube-related benchmarks that will be worth points, and then for every 100 points, I'm going to promise to you guys a guaranteed summon. So first of all, we are getting close to 30,000 subscribers, so this would be awesome if we could tie this in as, like, I guess you could say the 30,000 subscriber special. At the time of me looking, we were like 700 or 800 away. I don't know if we're gonna make it, we'll have to see, but each new subscriber up to 30,000 within 24 hours of this video being posted will be worth 1 point. So if you want to contribute, if you still haven't subscribed yet, that's one thing that you can do. Next up is going to be each like on this video up to 1,000 likes will also end up being worth 1 point. Each comment on this video, if you guys are somebody who likes to comment on YouTube videos, I'll talk about this in a second. You can comment whatever you like, but you might want to comment something in particular, and you guys will find out in a second, but that'll also end up being worth 1 point. Don't spam the comments though. They automatically get deleted, and it might actually block you from being able to post more comments on my videos in the future, so just make sure that if you do this, just leave it to 1 comment, guys. Alright, but we are going to take it to the next level as well. As I mentioned, we're close to 30,000, so if we can actually end up breaking 30,000 subscribers within 24 hours of this video being uploaded to YouTube, all the new subscribers past 30,000 within that 24-hour point will be worth 2 points instead of 1, so it'll be worth twice as many summons. And then, of course, each like on this video past 1,000 likes will also be worth 2 points instead of 1. So you guys can kind of see where I went with this and saying, man, I'm a little bit worried where this is going to end up because it's really tough to kind of predict this stuff, and it could turn out to be a million billion summons that I end up having to do. But now that I'm committing to this, it's set in stone. Once this video goes up on the channel, 24 hours to accomplish these goals here, and those are the summons that I promised to you guys before this summoning event ends right here. So that's the list of benchmarks. Now, speaking of comments, something that I will mention as well is if you guys want to comment something in particular, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if you do, if you want to post in your comment your raid player ID, which you can actually find in your Raid Shadow Legends profile under the info button right here, if you do decide to post this, there's actually a perk of the Raid Shadow Legends content creation program where we can do work with the community managers to do a little bit of a giveaway. So what I'm also going to do from this video is all of you guys who do post your player ID, I'm going to gather up a list and pull a couple of names from that, and it's going to be a 900 gem giveaway hosted thanks in part to the Raid Content Creator Program. So those gems will be especially valuable because they'll be coming from Plarium directly themselves. So thank you to Plarium for hosting that part of the giveaway right there. Now, you guys know Plarium, though, they kind of work at their own pace. They have not been very responsive with me when it comes to this, so it could be a little while before they actually do send out the gems. I will put that out as a bit of a disclaimer. They do work a bit slowly. So that's what's going on there. Now, I also wanted to just throw in a ton of frequently asked questions, a few secrets and things that I don't really talk about too much, just some fun facts and some info about me, my Raid account, YouTube, and just stuff in general that I see a lot of people ask that I don't get the opportunity to really answer. So let's dive into that as well and answer 5 of those things. So I wanted to do a bit of a recap on some stuff. Though, for those of you guys who haven't joined the Discord server, this isn't worth any points or anything for the crazy summoning session that I'm going to do, but these are now up and running, so if you are interested in joining, feel free. The links will be in the description, and also I'll leave them in a pinned comment at the top of the video as well. So, and follow my Twitter if you'd like, NotSaltYT. Same thing, should be in the description and in the comments as well. Thank you to all of you guys who join and support the channel through all those different methods. Now, getting into the fun facts, secrets, just things about me, my account, let's talk about number 1, which is without a doubt probably one of the most frequently asked questions that I get is how and why do you have so many gems? Over 50,000. I actually just spent a few thousand in that pull video from the other day. I won't really get too far into spoilers, but I have a lot of gems, I'm not going to lie, and a lot of people are wondering, are you a Plarium employee? Are you sponsored? Do you get paid? I just mentioned the fact that Plarium is doing like a little Raid Content Creator giveaway promotion, but that's it. That's the only affiliation that I have with them, and it's just a content creation program. Just like a lot of different YouTubers are in it, and a lot of different streamers are in it, I'm a part of it as well. And it's not like we get paid or anything like that. It's just kind of like their little way of working with people who make videos and streams for the game, and they hand out a few little goodies and help out the community a bit as well. Besides that, that's my only affiliation, and I actually haven't exchanged any words with anyone from Plarium in many, many months now. They've been very unresponsive, and that's always one of my biggest, I guess, gripes with Raid and Plarium in general, is just how unresponsive they are. It's unfortunate, but I wanted to let you guys know that that is definitely not where the gems came from. I've been playing the game since April, so getting close to a full year now, and I have set myself a budget for the first 6 months or so of playing Raid of about $100 or so per month. Sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less. I always kept it under 200 though. That was kind of like my absolute maximum limit. Now, in the last 3 months or so, it's gone up a bit because of YouTube and just how awesome you guys have been and how supportive you have been. You've definitely allowed me to expand on my Raid budget a bit to help produce some more content. So a big thank you to just all of you guys in general. But overall, it's still in the general benchmark area of around $100 to $250 a month. Even when you include the months where I spent less, when you include the months that I spent more, I just purchased up the good packs. It's just no big secret or anything like that. You can get some pretty good value on certain things if you really keep your eye out. Those of you who aren't big spenders, not really a big concern to you guys, but I've always just saved up more than I've spent, especially for really big events like this. Who knows how many of these gems I'm going to end up going through with this crazy summoning challenge that I proposed to you guys today. It could be quite a bit, so it takes a long time to save up, but it can go down very, very quickly. So this is well over 6 months, getting close to a year now of gems, and there's really just no secret to that. I do spend some here and there, but I also like to have a good reserve just in case Plarium decides to do something crazy. I like to be very well prepared, but expect this number to go up and down, probably also down more than up, with the crazy stuff that I'm doing with giveaways too, and shard summons. Alright, so that's question number 1. I wanted to address that even though I've talked about it before just because of how many people ask. Now let's move on to question 2. This is another really big one that I get. Why no Facecam? I don't have any Facecam for my videos. All my Salt videos have always been like this. This was a decision I made very early on, even before I started making Raid Shadow Legends videos for this channel. I decided that my YouTube videos would not have a Facecam, and there are a couple of different reasons. When I first made this decision, I honestly just felt like the content that I was making really, it was more content-based instead of personality-based. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of you guys who enjoy my videos because you enjoy hearing what I have to say. I appreciate it, everyone. But a lot of people also watch for the content, and the Facecam, in my opinion, at least when I made that decision, it really wasn't a very big priority. Another big one, though, and this was just as important as that first decision, was a lot of the time that I spend with my videos isn't actually technically recording the video. It's the planning and preparation before making the video itself. Thinking about the content, what I'm going to talk about, the title, the thumbnail, all the typical YouTube mumbo jumbo. That probably takes up at least 75% of the time that a video is actually going to take. And because of that, a lot of the recordings that I do are actually in the morning, right before I head off to work. I'm still not ready. Sometimes I haven't even taken a shower yet. I'm in a hurry, and having to add a Facecam and prepare for that is just an extra step that would take more time that I didn't really have to do. So it's kind of the combination of those two things, as well as I've just been doing it for so long now that I haven't had it, that I don't think I plan to add it anytime in the near future. I really do believe in consistency, especially on YouTube. I think it's very important. So now that it's kind of just become a theme to not have it on the channel, I wouldn't really expect it to pop up anytime in the future. So that's the reason why right there. It's not like I think I'm ugly or anything like that. Some of you guys already do know what I look like. So I'm a pretty typical, normal, average, middle, younger, I guess younger-ish guy. So not really anything crazy like that. All right, next up on the list, we talked about how many gems, talked about no Facecam. Favorite champion. A lot of people always ask me, what's my favorite champion in Raid Shadow Legends? This is a very difficult question to answer, and I'll give you an answer here. Now, technically, my answer is a legendary, but I'll also give you guys a couple of rares as well, because I feel like it might be a little bit lame to give a legendary as an example just because it's a legendary. But my favorite overall champion absolutely has to be Sir Nicholas. And even though he might not be considered to be the best champion in the game, he was my first legendary, my first godly champion. This guy carried me throughout the game for me. He has a special place in my heart, especially when it comes to Raid. Even before I started making YouTube videos, this guy was the biggest highlight of my account. He's always had my best gear. He's always been my best or one of my best champions. Even now, he has some of the absolute most godly gear that I have on him, and he is a complete beast. He could do pretty much all the content. He's a part of pretty much all my teams, and I've been using him for so long now that he's just essentially become one of the main highlights and part of the core of my Raid account in general. Now, non-legendaries, there are a few. So when it comes to rares, I talk about Kale so much that he's easily going to be one of my favorite rares. Now, I used Kale a lot before I started to 6-star champions, which is why mine is only actually level 50. I had another one as well that early on I ended up using him as food. This is one of the duplicate copies. I did that a lot. A lot of the mistakes that I tell you guys about are mistakes that I made. So it's not like, I've been perfect. I've done tons of stupid stuff like feed Kale, feed Cold Heart, and Apothecary and stuff like that. But this is the one that I have right here, and I used this guy a ton before I really started to 6-star a bunch of champions. I did outgrow him, though, but I still think he's one of the most versatile and awesome rare champions in the game. Let's see. Another one is Spirit Host. I absolutely love her. She was my first really good support champion. I believe she's in the Dark Elves category. So yeah, Spirit Host. She's not amazing or anything like that, but she was my first really good support, and she was the first rare champion that I felt was super good in the arena because of her speed aura. She has this attack buff. She has a very nice debuff, removal, and cleanser. And also one of the first champions that I felt confident gearing without having to get a bunch of attack on. So she also had a special place on my account. I did feed her when I was done with her as well, which was a mistake. So I don't have her right now, but I used her quite a bit in the early game arena. So that's just a few of my favorite champions right there. All right, moving along. So Rhino Facecam, favorite champion. Number 4, best piece of gear. A couple of people have asked me, what is the best piece of gear that I've ever gotten? Well, I will show you guys what the best piece of gear that I've got. It's on my Sir Nicholas, actually, and it's this 6-star Immortal Shield. It's insane. I don't really have any words to express how insane this shield is besides just showing you guys, but it's a legendary 6-star with speed, crit damage, crit rate, and HP. So it doesn't really matter exactly what it rolled. Of course, I would have preferred that it maybe rolled a little bit more speed and crit rates instead of crit damage and HP, but either way, all 4 stats are godly, especially for Sir Nicholas, such an HP-based champion. To have that on a 6-star legendary and the Immortal set, which is another very good set for Sir Nicholas, extremely good piece of gear, probably the best one on my accounts. There might be some other really close ones, but that's the one that I know off the top of my head for those of you wondering. And the last thing on the list right here, what is the absolute #1 tip? If I had to take back every video that I have and only say one thing about Raid Shadow Legends, what would it be? And the #1 thing that I want to say to you guys is have fun playing this game. You know, it's really not, this is a mobile game that is not really meant to be taken on the absolute most extreme levels of seriousness. There's other games out there that if you're an extremely serious player, probably going to be better choices for you to play. This game is really designed more to be of a time sink and something to have fun. You know, it's a mobile game. People play it at school. People play it at work when they have downtime. It's got a lot of microtransactions. It is definitely considered pay to win. So if you are going for #1 and you are extremely competitive, this probably isn't going to be the absolute best game for you unless you have the wallet the size of the world's. And #1 thing is to just have fun. Whatever your goals are, they don't even have to be the goals that the game sets for you. Just have fun playing the game no matter what. Even if you make some mistakes, that's totally okay. With that all being said, I'm going to leave off the video by just saying thank you guys all for the support. You guys have been absolutely amazing. One of the best communities that I've ever been a part of when it comes to both playing the game and also on YouTube. It's insane how supportive you have all been and just how much positivity we have on the channel overall, especially in comparison to the negativity. It's been awesome. I've had so much fun making videos. I don't plan to stop anytime soon, and you can definitely expect a whole bunch of fun stuff coming up on the channel in the near future. With that all being said, that is going to be it for the video today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. If you want to, consider subscribing for more fun stuff, especially considering it's part of that challenge. We'll see if we can break 30,000. Thank you everyone for all the fantastic support. Feel free to toss a quick like as well, and more Raid Shadow Legends videos, guides, tutorials, and all that fun stuff should be popping up right about now. Take care, everyone. This is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.